Hello, Taurus. Welcome to your reading with me, Cindy. Taurus, I've pulled two cards out for you already. I pulled a card out from the Lace of Destiny Oracle deck, and I've pulled a card out from the Moonology deck. I'm going to tell you that how I felt for you, how I felt about your reading, how dramatically my feelings for your reading changed, going from the first card to the second card. You're going to see in a second. So I pulled out the first card and went, oh no. So this is the first card that came out for you. Situation, and it's poorness. And this is a hard card. And this is a card, I mean, we can look at it in terms of, you know, what degree could this be something that you're experiencing? It could be like these two are homeless in this image. These two are homeless. And because they're homeless, they're also sort of like appearing under the radar in a lot of places. Like nobody sees them. They don't have access to things. They don't have access to healthcare. They don't have access to certain services. They don't have access to food. There's a lot that they do not have access to. And I know a lot of you out there have been struggling. I've seen in the comments, I know there's quite a few of you who live in your cars, who live in tents, who sometimes are getting shelter from friends. It's our family. It's a difficult time in terms of, you know, shelter and the cost of living right now. And so when this card came out, I was like, oh man, that's not, you know, it's not what I want to see for anybody who's coming to my readings, because I really, from my heart, I would hope that all of us can prosper, at least enough that we can all feel some sense of security and peace. You know, we don't have to be rich, but we could just feel that. So when I saw this card, I just thought, oh man, like to what degree is this, right, that you've been experiencing it? And, you know, the other degree is it could be like money's been a little bit tight and there's certain things in life that you are not getting. You're holding on to your money pretty tight. You're saving it. You're stretching every dollar as much as you can, right? Like, you know, and for a lot of you, it might be more kind of along that line. So that was the card. That was the first card that came out. So then I went to the Moonology deck and I just like went, oh my God, wow. So this is the card that came out. And it's a fucking Taurus card too. I was like, I'm so happy. I'm honestly so happy for whoever this is, for all of you, like to different degrees of whatever this is. Like if there's something that's been going on for you and money's been a little bit tight, maybe you've been working through some savings, or maybe it is really like to the degree that, you know, these two individuals are experiencing this sort of poorness or poverty here. There is prosperity ahead. Like wherever these two are walking, they are walking towards prosperity. There's a new opportunity up ahead. There's something like I see, like these two, they look like they're kind of nomadic. They probably move from one city to another and stay as long as they can until either, you know, any resources that they were able to get, they can't get those anymore. Those resources are gone, or they kind of get moved along. You know, people are like, oh, we don't want these people in. Come on, get out of here, move along. Where do they go? where do they go, right? They got to go somewhere. So where I feel like wherever these two are walking, they're walking in the right direction. That's the other thing. So if there's some way here, maybe you've invested money, or I don't know, you're moving in the right direction. That's what I feel like. Like you're literally, they're walking towards this card. It's their opportunity. It's your opportunity, Taurus. There is prosperity ahead. So whatever sort of poorness or lack that you might be experiencing right now, this is not permanent. And you find yourself on the path that takes you into the right direction. This is the right direction for you to go in. Now, oh gosh, how interesting. This underline, the underline is what you need to release and compass. I'm taking a minute with that because I feel like the compass is sort of the thing that is getting them in the right direction. Like they're following the compass. Is there something, maybe this is somebody else's advice. You know, maybe this is somebody else's advice. Maybe this is some type of thought. Maybe this is a friend or a group or someone who've been really in lack. And I'm going to go to the extreme of this one here. And I know not everything is as perfect as what I'm about to describe, but you know, if you are in a situation where you are living in your car or you're living in a tent and you are going to have greater access to other people that are experiencing the same circumstances as you. And you're also going to have greater access to people that can get stuck in that mindset. We can all get stuck in that mindset if we're surrounded by it. But it's like, I don't know if you're walking towards some type of access here to, you know, maybe a group or maybe a place where you can get some help or some type of social service here. And there's some positivity in this space and there's resources to help. Like, that's a possibility here too. Like, you know, if you're on the extreme here, I feel like you're walking in the right direction. You've left something behind here. There's something here that you have needed to put behind you. There's something that you have needed to release. There's something that you have needed to get rid of. I don't know what it is. We'll look into it. And then you have the compass, and that's like pointing you in the right direction, going in the right direction here. Could be frequency of the type of people that you've been around, or it could be a place that they were staying in. Like maybe it's the town that they were in and there was no way getting ahead in that town. Yeah. Sorry. Squirrel. It's like a hangnail. Got distracted there for a second. Okay. Poorness. Actually, no, I was thinking about something. I saw the worst video. Well, it was a short. And this guy, he was filming, he knew this woman's name and everything. I guess she was really well known in this town. You could tell that she was a heavy drug user. She was barely dressed. She just looked like on her last thread of life, just shuffling along the road. The poor girl, honestly, I don't think she was probably more than in her early to mid 30s. And he called her by name, like in the video, wasn't, and he's just like, I see her every day. And it was like he had recorded her to feel better about himself, that, you know, he wasn't struggling with that issue. So he was above that. And then taking her situation and a point where a human being feels like very little pride, that she's just like not even there. And like trying to get views for it. And I don't know. I mean, I could say like maybe someone should try to help her. Someone should try to help her. You know, maybe she's been helped before. But I don't know. I just thought that was and it just seemed like I'm seeing these two. Like, you don't know what people's situations are. A lot of people that are younger have ended up on the street because they have been in really abusive homes. And they've like been frightened for their own lives in their house. And like, you know, they end up with bad people. Doesn't make them bad people themselves. Anyways. So my socialist came out, not really, well, yeah, to some extent. I think we have to all help each other. I told you I had a dream when I was a little kid. I had a vision. Instead of looking after ourselves, each one of us would look after another person. So, my mom said as an adult, she said, well, that won't work, Cindy, because there's people that won't participate in that properly. I'm like, but we all should, because if we're all looking after one another and we look after each other like we would want to be looked after, that makes such a beautiful world. Yeah, anyways. Okay, so let's see what this poorness is. Oh my God, the Four of Pentacles. Okay, so it's coming across here to me that this is either you are, it could be a bit of a mindset for some of you, right? And not to say that it isn't based in reality though, because the Four of Pentacles is an energy that we take on when we have lived through some type of lack, right? Like if I can think about my grandparents, they lived through the Depression and the Second World War. And they pinched pennies like nobody's business. They didn't throw anything out. My grandmother used to keep, in here in Canada, and maybe some other places, like they'll sell milk in these big bags, and you put them in this, you put the bag in this jug holder. And she used to keep all of those bags because they were pretty decent plastic. It was probably before Ziploc bags. I don't even know if they had them. But she would really wash and sanitize all those bags. And then they would take all those the vegetables from their garden, and they would freeze them in those bags over the way, right? So the bags were kind of free. They'd already paid for them, and the vegetables were free. And yeah, you know, like so there's that mindset, right? Like, so you know what? You may not have enough tomorrow, but because prosperity lies ahead, I guess too, whatever you decide to do with that prosperity that lies ahead is up to you as well. Because you can still be the Four of Pentacles with it. Now, it could also be, right, that you are anticipating some type of financial hardship in the future. So you're saving money now, or maybe you are, and things are just tight, right? Like it literally is coming across in sort of a resource or monetary based way here is what this poorness is. That's too many cards. Okay, actually, I felt like that was a sign. Don't ask that question. So okay, if I'm honest, what was that? I just pull cards. Okay, just pull cards. I'll just pull cards. And yes, it's still snowing. It's coming on the camera very well. It's been snowing here for 24 hours now. Actually, more than that. It's more than 20, maybe 36. Yeah, snowing like crazy. Looking on the top of the bird feeders. God, we have a lot of snow. I must have probably 6 to 7 inches. Maybe 5 to 6. 5 to 6. I don't know. It seems like a lot. Anyway, it's not important. But it's still snowing here. I don't even have my Christmas lights out yet. Man. Oh, man. The 5 of Cups. Okay. Because the other thing with this poorness is it can also be having a lack of emotional support, having a lack of emotional stability. It can, you know, feeling like both spiritually and financially and physically in lack. The 5 of Cups is definitely a lack. The Ace of Swords and the King of Swords. This comes across to me like an idea or someone who's going to share some type of information with you. What's the Ace of Swords? The King of Wands. The Strength card, that's pulling on a lot of like personal courage here to do something. And the Page of Swords. Oh, these cards remind me a bit of Aquarius. A bit of Aquarius's reading. Coming out of a maze. They were in a maze, right? Because this is having the courage to proceed through some type of dark maze that you find yourself in. And then, right, this Page of Swords is part of the clarifiers for the Ace of Swords, and then it goes into the King of Swords. But you can see, like, there's an idea, a knowing, and then sort of watching from what I would say is a new mental perspective. Watching and learning from a new mental perspective. And then having a very strong idea here. There's a strong sense of self. This feels like understanding the maze. Like in whatever it is that you've gotten yourself into or whatever situation you find yourself in. Is coming out of this. Prosperity lies ahead. Damn, the Queen of Swords. This is very clear thinking. Very clear-minded. Yeah. Oh, no. You can see the path right ahead. Oh, it's just like, it's weird. It's like you come through, you come around the last corner in some type of dark maze. And you can see very clearly here. You can see how to plan for your future. Oh, damn. The Six of Swords. You're like flying right. Not only do you, okay, like I said, the difference in the cards, like from when I pulled out your first card to then I pulled out the second one, it's still continuing to go that way, because it's like you walk around the last corner in some dark maze or labyrinth that you've been in, and you come out and you can see clearly. And when I say you can see, almost like how to plan for your future, what your future, how your future may likely unfold for you. And it's part of that is seeing like there's a big ocean in front of you with a lot of rough waves, but there's also like a bird, like literally like a bird waiting for you on this shore as you exit this labyrinth. It's like everything was right there. You know, it's almost like someone, if it's been a long time. I've been on like a vacation somewhere, but like, you know, like a vacation, like flying somewhere or something. And if you could think like if your plane's been delayed, or if you had a stopover somewhere and that stopover just kept you at the airport, and then, you know, like it's just, oh fuck, when is this going to come to an end? Like you're tired, you haven't had a proper meal in like maybe a day or two, you haven't had a shower, you're just like tired, and you know, yeah. And then you finally get the shuttle. You get this, you come out, your plane finally, the one you've been waiting for, it takes off, you land, it's like it's dark. It's like you landed some very late, like really late, but whatever hotel or resort you're staying at, they actually send the shuttle. The shuttle's there waiting for you. They know the plane got delayed. Maybe there's you and a couple other people, maybe it's just you, and it's just dark. So it's like you come, and then the shuttle is there. Right? You feel like you are struggling, and sometimes you do, and you got to struggle, and you got to talk to people at the kiosk, like when is the flight going, and they don't have answers for you, and you feel like you just lost, and it's dark, and there's no fucking food here, sleeping on the floor. I'm going back a few years ago to Bali a long time ago, but, and it was a little bit, it wasn't that bad, but, and then, right, so then you finally land, and it's still dark, but then the shuttle is there, and then the shuttle takes you right direct. Like this is almost like feeling, well, there's the shuttle, and you get on the shuttle. I don't know what the next card is, but I'm almost seeing in my mind's eye, like, so then it takes you to the resort, and you get to the resort, and there's staff that are there, and there's, they know you're coming in late. They take you to your room. There's warm plates of food there for you. Everything. It's like that's what this feels like. It literally feels like this. It's like going from this to coming out and like, oh my gosh, look at, isn't this wonderful, right? And then when you're in this situation, like maybe you're like, this was a bad mistake. Why did we book this trip? Like, why are we going? Like, this is not enjoyable. This is exhausting, and I'm hungry and I'm tired, and I'm a bit of a whiner. So if I'm not fed or rested, I can get really cranky. So that wouldn't be good. But anyway, so it's like that. So, okay, Six of Swords. Oh, see, the Knight of Pentacles, you can see, it's just like, yes, it's a road right ahead. We just go 1 foot in front of the other here. 1 foot in front of the, oh my God, no, it's almost like you take the bird. So you take the bird across the ocean, and then you land, and then there's someone here with a horse. And then you 9 of fucking cups. I'm not kidding, like, and isn't this lovely? It's exactly how it played out in my mind's eye for you when you get to the resort. And I don't want to, like, you know, the resort, because for some people here, it's not that kind of a luxury, right? Like that is a luxury. That's a huge luxury to be able to do like things like that, to go out and do things like that. And for some of us, is this just about having, I don't know. This is like your wish. It's what you're wishing for. It literally is what you're wishing for. There, you're going to come out of this, around the last corner of this dark maze. And literally you come out and there's a boat. No, I'm looking. No, I don't know who's in the boat out there. There is someone out in the boat. I don't know who that is. This is you. I don't know who this is. As someone who's going to a different resort. There was no one there to pick them up at their shuttle. There's 2 people in there. Do you see the little face? The little face. It is. Because you're like, here, I'll take you. I'm going to take you over the ocean. And now we've landed, and now there's a horse for you. You can take this horse, and this, see, once you get to the part with the horse, this is where things feel very non-rushed. There's no rush here. You know, take your time. Enjoy the scenery. And yeah, peace, happiness. What are you wishing for? That's what the fuck lies ahead. It's just, this is a really, yeah. Nice. Who's out in the boat out there? There's someone out in the boat. Who's that? Who's way out there in the boat? It's almost like somebody got left behind. Well, maybe that's something what you need to release. Wow, is that the Knight of Cups? Oh, this person's trying to boat. This person's going through. They're literally on a fucking boat. They're literally on a boat. That's hilarious. All right. Well, oh, where are they going? Where's the Knight of Cups going? Where's this person going? Oh, they have problems. The Five of Swords. Let's not get into that. They have problems. Okay. The compass is the underlying, steering you in the right direction. Or maybe there was something wrong with the compass in the past. Now I'm seeing that scene in, what the hell is that movie called? With Alec Baldwin and Anthony Hopkins. The Wild? Into the Wild. They're like in Alaska. And the bear is hunting them. Anyways. And he's trying to make a compass by like static electricity and a pin or something like that. And it didn't work. And he's like, oh, the metal on the belt threw it off. And it's almost weird. Like it's coming across like that, right? Like if the compass won't work, if there's something that is interfering with it pointing you in the right direction. So okay, I'm more inclined to ask what? It's almost like a question though. What do you need to release? What do you need to release? This is in the past. Is something you needed to release? The Knight of Swords. Now, because these all have this maze in the background with these swords, and you literally have like the whole suit here of the swords. You've got the page, you've got the knight, you've got the queen, you've got the king. It's like a whole family here. But it also shows me sort of like your movement through and progression through the sword archetype, right? So it's kind of funny because I feel, well, the page, it could be some sort of expectation for some type of quick result with the Knight of Swords. Like wanting to, I feel like this knight is trying to light up the maze so that they can get through it quickly. I mean, who wouldn't if you could? Who wouldn't? Because the prosperity lies ahead is the Knight of Pentacles. So whether this is a new plan that you were creating for yourself, this is a new approach, it's a long journey. There's also, this hasn't been a short journey. Okay, so the Knight of Swords could be some sort of impulsiveness. The Knight of Swords. The Six of Pentacles. You might have been giving too much away here. The Queen of Cups. That's very interesting. And the Emperor. What do you need to release? Your heart. That kind of feels like your heart. To give of yourself. Now, there's two ways I see this. For some of you, you may have been giving too much of yourself here. And that has put you in sort of like this poorness energy. Others of you, you may have needed to, because this also comes across like, this is almost like, I feel like two people who maybe each of themselves could use some help here. But now this is almost someone who, you know, you meet people like this who don't have a lot themselves, and they'll be the first one to give, you know, something to another person here. And again, like there's, you know, you got to be careful with that, because you can give too much and then you don't have anything yourself. But, and I've talked about that first scenario, but this also looks like somebody who, when there wasn't much that you had to give, you gave of your heart here. When there wasn't much to give, you gave of your heart. And that's what changes everything. That is kind of like, yeah, I guess it's like a manifestation energy, really. So the compass. Wow, the Queen of Pentacles. To the treasure. The compass is taking you to the Queen of Pentacles. This is finding the treasure, the new opportunity, right? She's opening up this hatch in the ground, and the opportunity is there. And right, the Knight of Pentacles is part of the journey to get there. You've worked through the sword archetype here. You've worked through some type of either psychological, mental, intellectual process. You are, I'm going to say you are in a very practical period here now. You're moving towards a new beginning of stability, predictability, conscientious choices, and movement. Yeah. I mean, it's good. It's very good. This is a very good reading. The Two of Wands, the Three of Wands, and the Ten of Pentacles. Oh, waiting for your ships to come in. The Ten of Pentacles. I'm really seeing like there's going to be a big shift, a big change for you, Taurus. I feel both financially and, well, actually here it says there could be a change in your social inequality if you're experiencing that, a change in your income, shelter, healthcare, sanitation, finances, services, all of that. I'm going to go and do the extended Taurus. I think I'm just going to keep pulling cards here. I'm just going to keep reading your energy. I'm going to keep pulling cards in the extended. There's 2 options in the description below for the extended if you would like to follow me there. Thank you so much, bovine babies. Until next time, be gentle with yourselves. Bye.